G'day, Tonia Reeves, Australia's psychic cowgirl, coming at you from lockdown here in Victoria, Sunday Creek. How's everyone going out there? Sending my love to you all, wherever you are in the world. And yeah, we're energetically, I suppose, feeling a little bit of the weight of the world around us at the moment. So just remind yourself that, do some things that are fun and, change that focus if you're finding that day to day it's a struggle, because I found that's really helped me. So I wanted to share that today. I've got a collaboration with a group of amazing souls that we're getting our book ready to the publisher next week. It'll be so. Yeah, during this second lockdown, we've managed to belt out our pearls of wisdom, which is going to be really amazing, and we're all very excited to bring to the table, and hopefully then that might get the book out before Christmas. So we're fingers crossed that we can do that in amongst everything else that's happening in the world. So yeah, and between that and focusing on my cards that are, I'm pretty sure they're going to be locked and loaded by the end of this lockdown as well. So for me, it's all been around focus and just making myself accountable for, the time that we are restricted and we can't travel, we can't do things. So I'm just focusing on what I can do. I do have a bit of a daily list because I found that days blend into other days when you can't do things. So yeah, I was a bit like not getting things done. I was wasting a bit of time, and so I really just decided for me, I'm very much driven by results. That's kind of the person that I am. I like to feel I've achieved something. So I've just had my daily list, and it's actually, set me up for getting a bit of a routine. And I think too, in this time, routine is the key. And, just keeping the faith that we'll come out of this, and, take it a day at a time. And a little bit like I shared on my show this morning with Tony at TNT Thursday is, just be kind to yourself and be gentle with yourself, and know that, it's okay to struggle. It's okay to feel those emotions. I think we're learning that a lot this time around in lockdown. I know for here in Victoria, as frustrating as it may be and as hard as it is, we can allow ourselves to be affected emotionally and, just put our hand up to say, yeah, I am feeling a bit down, but I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to actually move through that. So, I think if we can just be conscious of that and say, I'm going to do the best I can here, and I'm going to be really kind to myself. And as we know, when you're kind to yourself, that kindness radiates to others as well. And, we can just be a little bit, working through things that we need to at this point in time as well. I've had a lot of people that I've connected with recently working on forgiveness, and that's been a really powerful thing. So, if you can work on an area in your life that you're finding might be a struggle right now, do a little bit of self-healing and do a little bit of work around it. You can Google, if you want to really connect into the forgiveness side of things, Google how to do it. Have a crack at, there's so many different ways and tools out there to help you. And now more than ever, we're so connected to every bit of information we need. So don't be afraid to put your hand up. And if you need help, work through things. So yeah, definitely don't feel like you're in this on your own, and also connect to others. We need to remember that too. I think we all need to remember that. All right. Thanks for listening. Now I'm going to go on to my first read is Michelle from Eva Beach in Hawaii. Michelle, how are you?
Aloha. I'm good, thank you.
Oh, I love Hawaii.
Aloha.
How amazing. And we say g'day over
Thank
here
you.
in Oz. Thank you for connecting. I love it.
Thank
now, was there
you.
something you want me to focus on for you today with your reading, or just connect in?
Yeah, just connect in, please.
Yep, okay. First of all, for you, I've got a lady in spirit coming through, and I felt like I wanted to go to a sister or somebody's sister who's in spirit, and she's quite creative, and I feel like she's come through because there's something that you're creating at the moment, and it's like I feel like I'm I'm connecting into doing something that I love, and I'm taking it to the masses. So what are you creating at the moment?
I'm a flight attendant, but I'm not working right now. I'm on a leave due to the COVID. So I haven't been working for 5 months.
Okay. So I feel like there's something around you giving birth to a new idea, and it's like this, there's what she's bringing in is that there's something around you connecting to your creative side for this. So there's an idea that I feel like is around already, and I'd like to see you step up in doing it. And it's like that's what she's showing me. And 5 months is a long time to be off, to be not working. And I empathise with you with that, because it's been an absolute a really massive shift for many with what's going on in the world. And I'd imagine in your industry as well,
Right.
there'd be a lot, and not only yourself, but fellow workmates as well. But I do feel for you, there's a little bit of a bigger picture behind this, and you're being drawn to look at things differently. So it's not necessarily that you're not going to go back to what you were doing, but there's a little bit of there's a gift inside you that needs to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I see this being something that you're doing for yourself.
But will I be okay? Will I be okay?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You're very resilient, and that's why I'm really fascinated to find out a little bit about this lady that's stepping through, because she's really innovative. And I do feel like I want to say to you with this, like the hindsight after, coming out of what we're going through now, there's been some amazing insights for you that you will look back and go, wow, this actually happened to help me make some decisions around things and make me step up into something that I've maybe had in the back of my mind for a while. And with what she's showing me, you'll be able to make money from this. So it's like, where does the creative part step in? Like if you were to look at what is it that you're naturally good at?
I just like, helping people. I mean, that's what I always did. Like mostly.
But what is
it? Sorry, what was that?
Well, I just feel like there's something that you could be doing for yourself, like as in working for yourself, and it's like it's ready there to step into or step up with, is what she's showing me.
Oh, okay, maybe being healthier or overall.
Yeah, but I feel like this is something that you're making money from. So this is to do with a bit of a shift in career. I want you to have a look around for the opportunity, because there's definitely something there. And she's insistent with this, and I know it might not make sense totally right now, but when spirit come through that insistent, it's like there's something you haven't possibly, you haven't thought of yet, but there's something else that you're going to be doing. And I feel like I'm working for myself. So I want you to step into the innovation side of things, because there's something that you could be doing right now, and I just feel like she's showing me there's an opportunity there.
Okay. Oh.
And where does a little
but I'll be okay.
Yeah, really look into that, because she's really strongly showing me, and I'm surprised that you haven't already come up with this, because the way she's showing me is it's very it's like it's so obvious that it's crazy. So just look around at that. I also want to ask about the little girl around you. She's bringing forward to me like so I feel like there's what's happening around your daughter at the moment, or I feel like she's bringing her to my attention for a reason.
I'm not sure. I mean, she's
okay. She's quite spiritual, yeah? She's very sensitive.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, and sometimes too, just bringing that to our attention is about how she's going in amongst all this, because children tend to, they're when they are sensitive, they take on what's happening in the world and what's around us. But I do feel like I want to say to you, have you stopped watching the news, or you've changed something, is what Spirit is showing me. So it's like, well done on that. You made a call, or you're not feeding into the media stuff.
Oh, okay.
because I just feel like I'm conscious about what I take notice of. Or it's like, you know, sometimes when it's like I'm going to turn the telly off because I'm sick of hearing about it day in and day out, and I feel like there's something relative around that with your daughter as well. It's like I'm separating myself from, you know, it's not that you keep up with what's happening, of course, but I'm not, you know, energetically feeding off that. I also feel like, because there's something around the ship. So
she's good. She's fine.
yeah, I do. It's just about being aware of the fact that she's a bit sensitive and she might be feeling it at the moment, and it's just like to reassure her and say it's okay.
Yeah, she has a lot of symptoms. Like, she feels a lot of things, like me. Like I'm like empathic, so like she has a lot of traits that I have.
Yeah, beautiful. So I feel like you're creating something, and I do want to say, like, I just feel like you have a strong spiritual connection, and it is something that you could easily tap into and do things around the spiritual side. And I feel like that's part of this, what you're stepping into. So I'd like to see you get creative. I feel like I'm painting or I'm drawing something. I don't know whether you've never done that before, or I just feel like there's definitely something there, and you could do that with her as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So overall, please have a go
financially,
at that.
You think our family's going to be okay financially?
I do. Now, when who's still working? Is it your partner that's still working? There's somebody that they're showing me is still working through this, that's kind of holding the family together. So it's like I feel like their work is solid. So, all right. I also want to say there's been a lot of realizations for you personally in living within your means, or there's something around really having a look at what I need in my life and what I don't. And I feel like you're letting go of stuff that is just stuff, you know, like I'm releasing what is no longer serves me. I do see you selling some things to go, you know what, I don't need that anymore. I'm going to sell that. And, you know, with that, it's creating new energy for you. But I do feel like you'll be okay. You are quite resilient. So I feel like you've connected today for this reading to go back and go, okay, what am I going to do now? Let's look at the world as it is now. I've been pulled up. I haven't worked. I'm going to side hustle something here is what they're showing me. So please look into that because it'll be successful.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
No, my pleasure. I've run out of time, but thank you. My pleasure. Please keep me in the loop. I'd love to hear how you go because I'm 100% confident you're going to be fine. Thank you for calling in. Australia's Cowgirl Medium, thank you so much for connecting. I'm running out of time. Take care, everybody. Woo-hoo.